What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Kara Celeste West. I'm a luxury travel concierge and a travel content creator currently living in Greece. After I had my daughter, I was working for a German company at the time as a contractor in the United States, and because I was a contractor and not an employee, I didn't qualify for maternity leave. And when I started to find, other content creators, especially through social media on TikTok, talking about all of the different things that countries do for women, for children, for families, it really started to get me thinking of, well, maybe they do it better abroad.
Just straight up. That was the most honest response I ever heard.
Yep.
A lot of times people leave because they want to have those experiences, then they stumble across the ability to be freer and have these other, perks that this country offers. But she said, I heard about it. Right. I want to see how true it was.
Listen, I don't know no woman who will give birth and not want to be at home with her baby. Being able to be at home with her baby. I think every hardworking person in America should be able to have those benefits. It
1,000%.
Shouldn't depend on your job, what type of job you have. If you putting in work, promoting the economy, being a part of the economy, you should be covered. But we ain't gonna talk about that too much. We ain't gonna talk about it too much.
My husband was actually a restaurant manager, and I worked in the travel industry. So it was very similar to a company like Kayak or Airbnb.
I don't know, man. These guys out here, I've been seeing a little trend here.
What?
All these husbands get some chefs.
Right. Well,
they all cook.
That one time the lady was the chef.
Worse.
Remember?
No, the other. But let's focus on it.
It was the last one we did.
They had another gentleman. He was a chef too.
Okay.
And I think the girl you're talking about from Kansas. I think she's like from.
No, she was from Dallas.
She's from Dallas.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see a trend. They all have these guys who knows how to cook.
Okay.
Women are picking the picks.
All right.
They want a man who knows how to cook too.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Trying to brag on yourself, though.
Hey, I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing. As of November 2024, she made about $65,000 in sponsorship as a travel content creator on TikTok.
In the travel industry full time, and also being able to be a travel content creator has been an absolute dream job for us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So June was an interesting month for us because we had a lot of unexpected expenses. We did know the application fees that we were going to need to pay for the digital nomad visa, but because we also wanted to make sure that the visas were done right and properly the first time, we went ahead and also hired an attorney, which was also an additional expense. We had a couple of friends come visit us that month, so we were also entertaining as well, so eating out a lot more than we typically do. And also one of the things that I've been able to do, because we're able to live on one income abroad, and also too because the cost of living is much lower, I put as much as I possibly can into paying our debt. At the time of leaving the U.S., we had about $72,000 worth of debt. We did partner with a financial advisor who really kind of helped us figure out a way in which we could be strategic about managing the debt. Of course, one of the biggest things that's been super helpful is that I'm able to bring my job with me. This allows me to pay down my debt and earn a salary while still being able to travel and see the world. So we are still in a place where we're still paying down that debt, but the way I look at it is my debt is going to be the same whether I'm here in Greece, traveling and living abroad, or whether I'm in the United States. So, if I have to pay down the debt, I might as well pay it down with a good view.
I heard that firsthand. The death is going to follow you. I mean, moving abroad is a beautiful thing. The experiences is always nice. But what you have with you in your back pocket, it's going to always go with you. And obviously, death is one of those things.
Yeah, especially if they do return home.
Yeah. Either way it go.
What I want to do is I just want to commend all of our content creators. All of these videos that we are covering they're all content creators. I love that. I love that for us. I really do.
And the story is a dope. You know what I'm saying? They have a journey. They go down it. Obviously, people have a few bumps in the road, but at the end of it all, they made a decision, and their journey speaks volumes. So here she is in Greece, and she has a family with her. So that's a flex, and she gets to take her job with her.
Yeah,
on
freedom.
The road. Freedom is dope.
Love it.
By the end of this year, we will have been able to pay down a little over $20,000, and we're going to continue to keep chipping away at it.
Austin, Texas. Yeah.
We lived in Texas at the time, and it was absolutely devastating to hear this news. But unfortunately, it wasn't surprising to me. And it was truly in that moment that I knew I needed to get my daughter out of the U.S. for her safety. I took the idea to my husband. I said, look, this is a 3-month program that we could do. We could test this out, see if this is something that we could see ourselves doing. My husband was definitely very hesitant about the idea to live abroad. I think we're only like a month in, and we were on the train on our way from central Portugal to Lisbon, which is about a 45-minute train ride. And I said, you know, I really love our life here. And he said, me too. And so we kind of looked at each other and said, I think we're gonna sell everything. And he was completely on board. By the end of this year, as digital nomads, we will have been to 14 countries together as a family, which is incredible. Portugal, of course, Greece, where we are now, and we also this summer spent some time in Albania, which we really enjoyed, and also Belize and Mexico have been some of the places that we've stayed at the longest, where we've really gotten a chance to experience local life. As a Black woman, living and traveling through Europe has been so incredibly liberating. I feel so free here. I just get to exist in peace, and I'm not worried about someone following me around at the store or, you know, treating me differently because of my skin color. I'm just seen as an American here. One of the biggest reasons we decided on Greece was because their digital nomad visa process was much more convenient for us. We could actually apply for our residency visa from within Greece. So that digital nomad residency visa allowed us 2 years in the country. And we could also stay in Greece while our paperwork was processing. We were also able to apply digitally. Cool. We hired an attorney because all of the paperwork has to be translated. It made it so much easier to have assistance.
Not bad.
I get this question all the time, is why did we decide on Greece? And there's a few different reasons for that. I wanted to be able to raise my daughter in a safe environment, and that's exactly what we were able to find here in Syros, Greece. The island is incredibly safe. One of the other biggest reasons was the cost of living. My husband and I were both working full-time, and in order for us to save on childcare costs, we were working opposite shifts from each other.
Don't tempt us now. Huh?
That's all there. Yeah.
I'm kind of speechless. A lot of people think that it would be a little bit more to move abroad and live in these places, but
man, to get technical, of course, anytime you take your money, you move to another location, it stretches.
Right.
But it also rolls over to eventually you making just Greece money. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Well, not if her business is still
located
in the U.S.
and it's just documented.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's a euro. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if Greece use euro or if they use their own
Y'all
things.
put it in there.
Y'all let us know.
Facts.
But baby, I'm loving those prices. Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
I would expect like a European country to be a little bit more, honestly.
Yeah.
But the proof is right here.
Okay. Yeah.
And that also meant that we never really saw each other. So what we've really been able to achieve by living abroad has been getting more time back for us as a family. And we spend so much time together now that we're a nomadic family. We can afford to live on one income, which has been the biggest change for our family, to be able to spend more time with each other, to just have a slower pace of life. And also, you know, this is amazing for my daughter to have so much time with her father, and, you know, for him to have that time as a dad that most dads don't get a chance to do. I feel like when we were living in the US, even though we're making more money, we still felt like we were living paycheck to paycheck.
That's crazy.
And we just couldn't enjoy the little things. But once we came here to Greece and just to many other countries in Europe, we were able to afford those little luxuries. You know, just going to take a stroll and getting some gelato, or, you know, having some coffee at a cafe, take a really inexpensive ferry to another island for a day trip. It's been tough having to miss, you know, big moments with our family, whether it be birthdays or holidays. But honestly, I would give everything in order for us to be able to live this lifestyle. One of the things that I'm really looking forward to now that we have really found a home here in Greece is being able to grow our family. And although I did have a really positive experience in the United States with my pregnancy, with my delivery, I know that it's going to be an even better experience birthing abroad. And I'm really excited for that. I can honestly say I don't feel like we'll ever move back to the US permanently. It is truly such a more fulfilling, more richer life abroad. The experiences that we've been able to have as a family abroad, just being able to see the world, to meet new people, to experience a new language, cultures, traditions, is just so special, and something that we aren't really exposed to enough in the United States.
Definitely.
So while I know that we won't be nomadic forever, I definitely know that our home is outside of the U.S.
Straight up, like that. And usually people who go outside the U.S., live abroad, they don't come back. I mean, they visit family, but the story isn't, you know what I'm saying, it tells the truth as it is. They don't come back.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get out of something to see how it really is. You know, some people say they're not missing much.
I love that in Berlin you can be whoever you want to be. And for myself, I love participating in the startup scene, in the arts, in the dance clubs. It really feels like an adult Disneyland, and we welcome everyone here.
Ich hätte gerne eine Currywurst mit Pommes.
Guten Appetit! I'm Vanessa Wachtmeister, I'm 34 years old, and I currently live in Berlin, Germany with my husband and my 2 cats. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California, but I've been abroad for the last 12 years. And in 2020, I relocated to Germany.
Most people don't think you can get good Mexican food out here, but you can. You just have to assemble it at home.
My husband is actually from Germany, and here in my home I can speak German, I can speak English, I can even speak Chinese because both of us studied Chinese, we met in China. My cats, they have Chinese names and they have European passports. Like, I get to have this wonderful international lifestyle, and that's what I was looking for when I left. For the last 13 years, I've been running a side hustle, which is a combination between a travel blog and a relocation consultancy.
Today, I'm coming to you from the beautiful country of Egypt.
Okay, we are on a camp. This is not for the faint of heart. And we help US citizens find meaningful opportunities abroad. My husband and I split our household bills 50-50 for my part of the household budget, plus some of my discretionary spending. My monthly budget is around $2,500 US. My rent here in Berlin, Germany is about $2,000 US. And for that money, we get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with a 300 square foot balcony. So the interesting thing about Germans is they love their kitchens. They invest a lot of money into them. So when they leave their apartments, they take their kitchens with them. This entire kitchen we had to design, pay for, and install when we moved here. When it's time for us to leave this apartment, we can take our kitchen with us.
See, that will be a culture shock for us because that is the one thing that we are kind of used to having when we're living in rental properties, right? They'll have, it depends. Nowadays, they don't always do this, but normally you'll have the refrigerator, they have a dishwasher if you use it, and a stove. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, we have to bring those things in depending on where you're living at. But the thing that we most have to bring ourselves is a washer and dryer.
Correct.
But the whole design of the kitchen.
Right. Ain't their floor plan empty? Like when you move in, it's like straight concrete floor or whatnot, and you got to actually build everything inside. So I think this is where we had learned that from.
Yeah.
A while back.
I think it was the Dutch who do that.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that, though?
Yeah, the whole setup?
Yeah.
Hey.
We spend so much time here because we love to cook. More specifically, my husband loves to cook and I love to eat. When I was living in the United States as a student, I couldn't seem to save anything and I was in a ton of student loan debt. I was actually taking the LSAT, preparing to go to law school, and I would accrue another $150,000 worth of student loan debt. I was looking for something a lot more adventurous, meaningful. I wanted to figure out who I was and where I belonged in the world. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that I would have moved to China to teach English and only make $1,000 a month. And that was actually the catalyst to this entire life. I did an internal transfer with my current employer. And because the salary bands are higher in Germany, I actually made money by moving to Germany. So here we are at my favorite Markthalle in Moabit. We are going to grab some snacks, some coffee, but most importantly, German cheese. Ich bin ein bisschen laktoseintolerant. Welche Käse kann ich essen? Dankeschön. The way that I learned German was actually participating in the integration course.
Ja, das ist mein Lieblingswort.
The integration course is something that the German government sponsors normally for refugees. I chose to self-sponsor and pay privately. Danke.
Eine wunderschöne Arbeit.
I'm really good with my German when it comes to food, gossip, travel, but if you want me to debate anything particularly nuanced or complicated, I'm gonna tap out. I just get too nervous. I think Berlin has gotten to be much more expensive, especially for locals who have been here their entire lives. But in comparison to the United States and to some of the other major cities in Europe, it's still a much more affordable city to live in. We don't have to save for medical emergencies or anticipate these massive inflated costs for our healthcare system in the same way that people in the US do. Even though the public insurance programs are super great, I chose to be privately insured because they'll pay for facials, massage, a retreat in the mountains if I get burnt out. Wow, I rarely pay anything beyond that $450 for my private insurance every month. Wow. This actually guarantees you a percentage of your income if you're laid off or fired for up to 12 months in some cases. So these programs really create a lot more confidence in the system as an individual who's living here, and I don't need to save and worry like I used to have to in the United States. Something that I struggle with sometimes is being so far from my family. However, I think a lot of the like average day-to-day family drama really melts away because we really want to focus on having a wonderful time together with the limited time we have.
Listen, sometimes, exactly, sometimes you gotta love people from a distance. But sometimes moving away, especially abroad, may help bring your relationship stronger in your family. That is true. You know, so don't be scared of moving away. Sometimes you gotta move away.
Yeah. So I like to mention that being that she's able to, her journey was mapped out for her, because it wasn't like, you know, she said, oh, let's do Germany and let's just settle down here and make our lives big. She went through a little avenue and some creases to get what she had to get. And on top of that, I know that a lot of people in other countries like you more if you speak their language. So shout out to her for that. And I think that really helped her get, you know, immersed into the culture and the people.
Right. This is my first time hearing about the integration courses. I wonder if any other countries do have this as well. Let us know.
Yeah.
So now I'm proud to announce that I am a German citizen, and it is by far the thing I'm most proud of in my entire life. It was not easy. I failed over and over and over again. I've been audited. I've been near deportation several times. This whole life I've built has not been without blood, sweat, and tears. And so if you want this, you gotta work for it. It is absolutely worth pursuing this life abroad because you get to reinvent yourself in your vision.
Nah, 100%, man. We're gonna stop right there. Anything that you want is worth fighting for. Period, bro. I don't care. If it come easy, there's a chance that you might lose it just as quick as you got it.
But you gotta remember your why. This was one of the most inspiring stories that we have heard during this series. But I think it's the first one that we've heard about Germany.
Yeah.
Berlin. That is cool. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.